Afternoon. The time is 4:31 Central, and we have a confirmed tornado on the ground near Houghton, Iowa here. All right, this is radar indicated according to the National Weather Service, but there is a video of it on the ground from storm chaser Brett Adair, and there is a very impressive velocity couplet with this, obviously. So this could even be a strong tornado on the ground here. If you aren't included in this warning, you need to be taking shelter. This is going to head up to the southeast of Salem here. If you're in Salem, you need to be taking cover, all right? Because even if this just goes a little bit more north than we're thinking, then that is going to directly impact you there. Eventually, down the line, this is even going to get to areas like Mount Pleasant and New London, so you need to be taking cover now in this tornado warning. In addition to that, we have two other tornado warnings as well. All right, one of them is going to be up here towards Mount Vernon in Iowa. All right, that one's not producing too much rotation, and we've got another one here in northeastern Missouri as well, near Cahokia. That one's not quite as impressive rotation-wise either than this main storm here. All right, this is definitely producing a tornado on the ground. Once again, there is a confirmed video of it. We do have storm chasers on the ground in this area. Still only radar indicated according to the National Weather Service. That should really be updated here because this is definitely a large damaging tornado on the ground. So yeah, again, if you're in this warning, please take shelter now. Again, somehow this is only radar indicated. This could have been on the ground for a few minutes now, actually. If we take it back a few frames, we see it's been producing very, very impressive velocities for quite a while now, but it's potentially even at its peak now as it heads up towards the south and the east of Salem, Iowa. Once again, we are near Houghton and Salem, Iowa. So, you need to be taking cover now in this tornado warning. You need to respect the polygon, Mount Pleasant. All right, we're going to ask you to shelter now ahead of this thing. Hopefully, this goes off to the east of you. There is a pretty good chance that it does, but we could still get flying debris from the tornado, potentially in the Mount Pleasant area, even if the tornado doesn't go through there. So, again, if you can, please be taking shelter. I know there are a lot of people driving home right now, maybe from work, but if you can, if there is any way that you can, make sure that you are taking the proper tornado precautions here. Get off the road if you see this tornado, for sure. Now, unfortunately, this could be rain wrapped, so don't wait to see the tornado, all right? At this point, it is best just to go ahead and get off the road now if you're driving. It is better, actually, to be in a ditch than in a car during a tornado. Again, you are looking at a live, damaging tornado on the ground heading to the south and the east of Salem, Iowa. This is not a particularly dangerous situation, tornado, but this is definitely on the ground. So look out for that. Hold on, I'm trying to find out information about this. Again, somehow this is only still radar indicated, but there is so many different storm chasers down here providing us with live coverage of this tornado right now. So this is definitely a tornado on the ground. Once again, no questions about it. Again, this is not PDS, but it doesn't matter. It's still a tornado. So yeah, let's go ahead and get back into coverage mode here. Again, if you're just now tuning in, this is a large damaging tornado southeast of Salem, Iowa. This is confirmed. I know the tag says radar indicated, but there are multiple storm chaser feeds that have confirmed this. This is a large damaging tornado on the ground to the north of Houghton in Iowa here. This will cross over Highway 218 soon. That is a major highway. It does look like it does have a pretty good chance to miss Mount Pleasant once again, but we don't know that. In fact, even the east side of Mount Pleasant could get hit here, and the debris field may be large enough to stretch out there, even if the tornado doesn't go through that area, so you need to be respecting the polygon, taking cover anywhere in this tornado warning. And that has just been updated, and now it is observed, so there you go. Weather spotters confirmed tornado. This is a damaging tornado on the ground, everybody. Impact. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. And, I mean, now it looks even more impressive, guys, as it's getting ready to cross Highway 218 here. Again, please take this seriously and take cover. Right in there is your tornado. In fact, we may even have a little bit of a CC drop on that now. This could be debris in the atmosphere. It's kind of hard to tell because this is a pretty messy spot here for the correlation coefficient. But we know for a fact this is a damaging tornado on the ground here. Again, this is going through to the southeast of Salem, Iowa right now. Luckily, it's in a pretty rural spot at the minute, but there is a ton of farmland out here. A lot of crops are going to get damaged. This is going to go in between Mount Pleasant and New London, but we are asking both of you to take shelter because the debris field, you may still see flying debris in your area, even if you don't get hit by this tornado. And even if you don't, this is still a pretty big storm here, obviously. It's going to do some hail, quite a bit of lightning, some damaging winds for sure, and then obviously also that strong tornado there. So again, take cover now. This is one of the bigger tornadoes that we've seen today. This might go PDS. We'll just have to wait and see. It doesn't matter, though. You should be taking cover anyway. Again, we do have another tornado warning up here, or two more tornado warnings, actually. One of them is up here towards Mount Vernon, Iowa, not that impressive rotation-wise, and then same thing with this one here in northeast Missouri, not that impressive rotation-wise. They were more impressive earlier, though, especially this one in northeast Missouri. This one was kind of concerning earlier. If we take it some frames back here, we see that it was actually doing some pretty decent rotation there for a little bit. New velocity scan here. Yeah, this is really bad, guys. This is still a tornado on the ground here. These storm chasers, they are basically inside of this tornado. Again, this is rain wrap, so don't go outside and try to look for this. That's just really stupid. Looks like there's not really a debris signature on correlation coefficients. That was just contamination there that we saw earlier, but this is still potentially doing damage. There's not a lot for it to pick up out here, so there's not going to be a very good debris signature until it actually hits something. I can't bring it up on stream, unfortunately, for copyright reasons, but I am actually going to go and look at one of these Storm Chasers feeds here on my iPad, because they are, again, dangerously close to this tornado. You can probably see it, and that's what I'm about to figure out, if you can or not. Again, they're doing a very risky move here. They're right along Highway 218. They're about to get hit by this thing, guys. So, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up here on my iPad. Again, I cannot bring it up on stream for copyright reasons, unfortunately, but let's see here. And my Radar Omega on my iPad crashed. Alright. Oh, wow. This is an insane look here. Oh, I wish I could show this on screen. You can see the tornado so well. Storm Chaser Brandon Kopic has about 600 people watching his feed through the Radar Omega app alone. Because, I mean, you can see this thing, you guys. Wow. The new velocity scan, it's looking even more concerning, guys. Again, this is a strong, damaging, potentially deadly tornado on the ground here, producing wind gusts up to 111 miles per hour. This is probably the strongest tornado we've seen all day. You have to take cover if you're in this tornado warning. You have to get into the basement. I really wish this was PDS, but it is not. But this is, without a doubt, a strong tornado, and it is right over Highway 218 right now. It looks like a pretty big wedge on the ground, too, through the Storm Chaser feeds. God, I really wish I could show those right now, because, I mean, it is insane what this looks like. That velocity couplet is definitely the worst we've seen all day. And again, this thing is incredibly rain wrapped, so please don't go and try to look for this thing. Don't wait for it to get to you. It will sneak up on you. We did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning that's going to be there for portions of Iowa and Illinois. That's around the Davenport area. I know we do have some viewers in the Davenport area, so look out there. We have more tornado warnings than severe thunderstorm warnings. That's interesting. Okay, again, if you're just now tuning in, this is a large and destructive tornado on the ground heading for Mount Pleasant, Iowa. It's going to go off to the south and the east of the city, hopefully. But, man, that velocity couplet is insane. This is gut-wrenching to see. It's even stronger now with winds potentially around 113, 114 miles per hour estimated by radar. Let's see if there's a debris signature yet once this correlation coefficient scan comes in. Again, you guys, this is a life-threatening situation. You may not survive this if you don't take the proper precautions. That may be radar interference, but there may be a little bit of debris in there. It's hard to tell. It doesn't matter, though. I've seen storm chaser feeds. We see it on the radar. This is a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado. Again, I really wish this had the particularly dangerous situation tag on it, because this is probably the strongest tornado we've seen all day. In fact, I'm almost certain this is the strongest tornado we've seen all day. And again, we have to hope that this stays in a rural area. But anywhere in this warning box should be taking cover, because this is a large tornado on the ground. It's going to be throwing debris potentially miles away from the actual funnel. Yeah, it looks like that's all radar interference, so we don't really have a proper debris signature yet, it doesn't look like, but it doesn't matter. Again, guys, this is the most impressive velocity couplet we've seen all day. This is a strong, damaging tornado on the ground. This is south of Mount Pleasant, Iowa, and southwest of New London, Iowa. This thing is going to get pretty dangerously close to New London, actually. New velocity scan. Okay, good. Good. Alright, a little bit less intense, but this is still most likely on the ground. And it is still pretty strong, it looks like. Yeah, still winds about 105 miles per hour estimated by radar there. That is just one radar scan, so it could easily intensify and become even stronger by this next velocity scan, and it is still very strong. Again, I sincerely wish this was PDS. This is the strongest tornado we've seen all day. It's hard to tell. I don't think that's a debris signature, though. Definitely not. I wouldn't say. I think that's mostly radar interference. But, man, I mean, that velocity couplet is something that you don't see very often. Was one of the more impressive ones I've seen in a long time. That actually kind of reminds me of the Hendersonville, Tennessee velocity couplet. Very tight, very confined. That was an EF2 tornado, a high-end EF2 tornado. So, again, there's not a lot for it to hit out here, which is very, very good. So we may not see the rating actually come in like that, but it would not surprise me if we did get an EF2 tornado rating out of this. I don't like pre-rating because it's never completely accurate. You're not supposed to do it, but just kind of giving my general thoughts and previous experience with tornado watching. Kind of applying it to this situation here. Again, this is an extremely dangerous situation here. A life-threatening situation. Take cover now. And again, this is going to go in between New London and Mount Pleasant in Iowa here. It's going to, most likely, it's going to go across Highway 84, or 34, sorry. And unfortunately, this does look much stronger again. So this is definitely still on the ground. It's still damaging. I did say earlier it was most likely still on the ground, but I mean, yeah. There you go, guys. And this may be a real debris signature this time. Again, it's hard to tell because there's so much radar interference going on over here, but that definitely could be a real debris signature. And again, this is a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado. I don't know why the PDS tag has not been thrown on this. This definitely deserves a PDS tag. that being a particularly dangerous situation tag. Again, this is a life-threatening situation. You need to be taking cover now. One of our tornado warnings up here did expire in Iowa. Still got 2 left, though. And man, I mean, this is not what you want to see, for sure. And this is a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado on the ground southwest of New London in Iowa. Take cover now. Again, this is going to get dangerously close to New London here, especially like the west side of town. New London's not very big, but I mean, this tornado is, so. Again, you guys, this is a confirmed large and destructive tornado. Definitely the strongest one we've seen all day, I would say. And I mean, there's nothing really for me to say other than this is very bad. But you already know that. We got another velocity scan there, and it's still very bad. Still wind gusts over 100 miles per hour estimated by radar with this tornado. You have to take cover, guys. You have to be taking this seriously. Again, I sincerely wish that was PDS. I know I've said that at least 1,300 times, but man. If you're just not tuning in, we are looking at a life-threatening tornado about to cross Major Highway here, 34 in Iowa, to the west of New London and to the east of Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Take shelter immediately. This is an extremely dangerous situation. Take cover now. This is the kind of tornado that, you know, is it's gonna be remembered for quite a while for the people in these areas. And again, this is getting dangerously close to New London here. New severe thunderstorm warning. That's going to be on the Iowa, Illinois, Wisconsin border there. Up towards the Dubuque area, so look out for that. Damaging winds and large hail possible, and oh my goodness. Again, guys, this is still a large damaging tornado. Chaser's saying there's debris ball indicated on radar near New London. And, yep, that looks like that's what that is. Thank you for letting me know that. If you're just now tuning in, this is a massive tornado on the ground. It's been on the ground for so long now. And it is getting so close to New London. It is so strong. It's, again, one of the stronger ones we've seen in quite a while in this area. I cannot stress this any more than I already have been, but New London needs to take shelter immediately. Again, this is an extremely dangerous tornado. Brad Arnold is almost getting too close for comfort here. In fact, there's no almost about it. He is too close for comfort. Hopefully he's staying safe out there, but he's a professional. He knows what he's doing. I'm going to bring his feet up on my iPad here. Yeah, 700 people watching him right now because he is about to intercept a massive, deadly tornado. Again, this is an extremely dangerous tornado on the ground doing damage right now. You have to take cover immediately if you are on this warning to guarantee your survival. Again, I mean, Brad Arnold is almost inside of this thing, you guys. Wow. This is a massive tornado. He's jumped like 100 viewers within the past minute. He's up to 800 viewers now. New tornado warning. That is for this cell. Is it PDS? It is not. Why is this not PDS? This is... it doesn't matter that it's not PDS, really, because you should take shelter in any tornado warning. But they are not sending the message out here properly, I don't feel like. Like, obviously, the National Weather Service, the people at the National Weather Service are very, very smart. But they do make mistakes from time to time. And I sincerely do believe that this is one of those. I think there's a large damaging tornado on the ground. I was almost certain that was going to be a PDS warning there. It is not, but if you're in Mediapolis, the Pleasant Grove area, anywhere in this warning, you have to take shelter now. That goes all the way out to Wapello. This is going to get very, very close to the Pleasant Grove area here. And, again, this is a very large tornado. Again, there's no doubt in my mind that this should be PDS, but it is not for some odd reason. And you guys, this is a life-threatening situation. You have to seek shelter. You have to get away from windows. You have to get on the lowest floor possible if you want to get your best chance at surviving this. This is one of the worst tornadoes we have seen in the past month or so. And, okay, this new velocity scan is a little bit lighter on the actual rotation, but this is still likely a strong tornado on the ground here, guys. See if there's a debris signature, and yes, there is. Right, that is almost certainly a debris signature northwest of New London, Iowa, so this is confirmed to be doing damage now. There are pieces of the city of New London, Iowa that are getting picked up into this tornado and thrown thousands of feet into the air, and that's what we're looking at there on the correlation coefficient. And we have oh no, that's the same one. Let's take a look at our tornado warning in northeast Missouri here near Cahokia. If you're in Cahokia, you got to take shelter. It's not quite as concerning as it was earlier rotation-wise, but you still want to take shelter from that. New London, give it a couple more minutes, but then you will be good. This will be past you. We just want to prevent any accidents because there still may be a little bit of debris falling in the New London area. And there's a new tornado warning. They did extend the warning for this southern cell here. This goes along the Mississippi River here on the Iowa, Illinois, Missouri border. That's going to be for Lee County, Iowa, Hancock County, Illinois, Clark County, Missouri, Des Moines County, Iowa, and Henderson County, Illinois. This does include Fort Madison, West Point, all the way up towards Burlington in Iowa. Take cover now if you are in this warning. This is not a confirmed tornado like this one up here is, but it is still very dangerous. New radar scan. I mean, this is still most likely on the ground here. And it's, in fact, I shouldn't even be saying most likely. This is definitely still on the ground. And yeah, that debris signature is even more impressive now. This is a large, damaging tornado. The debris ball, I mean, it is huge. It's, at the very least, it's a mile wide. Could be even larger than that. That does not mean the tornado is a mile wide, but you know how earlier I was like, you know, sometimes tornadoes this strong can pick up debris and throw it from miles away. That's what I was talking about. This debris is going to get spread out, which is why this warning box is so large, because not everywhere is going to get hit by this tornado. Not everywhere in this warning box is. In fact, it's only a certain number of people. But most of this warning box is going to get deadly flying debris out of the sky falling on them here, which is why we ask everybody in this warning box to take shelter. Again, this is a very large tornado on the ground. The next spot that we are particularly worried about is the Roscoe and Yarmouth area. They updated this, and it is still not PDS. I don't even know what the point of that update was. Nothing changed. They shrunk it a little bit. That's it. Again, the fact that this is not PDS baffles me. This is the strongest tornado we've seen all day. The strongest tornado, I'd go as far as to say that this is probably the strongest tornado that we've seen this month. There we go. Yeah, maybe I take that back. There was one down in near Panama City that was pretty strong. That was only an EF1 though, and it was PDS warned. I mean, again, you guys, this is a strong tornado if it's still on the ground, which it very, very, very likely is. Hour, estimated by radar. Yarmouth, you are in the direct path of this. This is going to go directly through the southeast portion of Yarmouth. Yarmouth is very tiny, but Yarmouth, Iowa, you have to take shelter now to protect your life. I'm not saying all this to scare you. I'm saying all this to prepare you. We don't want you to be scared, but we do want you to be ready. I keep forgetting this is the same radar site for both these supercells. This one here towards Wayland is not rotating quite as much, but it is still rotating in a couple of spots there. So you need to take cover in this warning as well. That does include Fort Madison all the way up towards Burlington. Once again, they're in Iowa, on the Iowa, Illinois, Missouri border, along the Mississippi River. And we're waiting for this next update here from the radar. Again, there's your tornado heading for Yarmouth, Iowa. Yarmouth is a little town here. We gotta hope that it misses the town. But unfortunately, it's looking like that's not gonna happen. The good news is this does not look as impressive as it did earlier on the velocities, but the bad news is there is still a debris signature. So this is almost certainly still on the ground, and even if it isn't, there's still debris in the atmosphere from this tornado. So flying debris, that's what they mean when they say flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. I was going to say, if you're in a mobile home, the best thing for you to do, it's kind of too late to evacuate and get into a more substantial building. The best thing to do at this point is get out of there and get in a ditch. I know it sounds crazy, but there are studies that have shown that being in a ditch is safer than being in a mobile home during a tornado or high wind event here. All the time, we see reports of mobile homes getting crushed by even, like 60 to 70 mile per hour winds. This has had a history of doing over 100. And in a ditch, a tornado, usually the winds aren't going to circulate as strongly that far down. The tornado doesn't really adapt that well to ditches. So it will still be windy, it will still be intense, but it is literally better to be in a ditch than a mobile home. If there is a more substantial structure right next to you, try to see if you could get in there, because obviously that's the number one thing we prefer you to do. A ditch is still a very dangerous place to be. But if you can't do that, getting a more substantial shelter, a ditch is literally better than a mobile home. Which sounds crazy, but it's true. And we still have a debris signature with that new update. Again, hopefully this goes to the south of Yarmouth. That could possibly happen, but we need to be prepared for the worst case scenario here. We did just get a new tornado warning. That is for this cell that we were watching earlier that was producing a tornado. It's produced like 6 tornadoes, or 4 tornadoes, but still. And it's starting to rotate really good again here. We have Storm Chaser Willard Sharp near that storm, so hopefully he'll get on that. But we're going to go back to watching our ongoing tornado, obviously. Again, it's very upsetting that this did not ever go PDS in its entire lifespan. Your rotation / tornado will be somewhere in there now, south of Yarmouth. So again, it's looking like this will go to the south of the town, which is great, but there will still be flying debris in this area, and even the tornado could curve north and hit Yarmouth. So you need to be taking shelter somewhere substantial, structure-wise. Again, we kind of talked about how ditches are better than mobile homes to be in a situation like that, and like this rather. So there you go. Waiting for this velocity update. It is coming in a couple minutes late. Wow. Hey, Mr. Storm. I don't know if you've seen, but this tornado is quite a bit weaker now. But earlier, this was easily doing winds of 110 to 120 miles per hour. We did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning. That's going to be on the Iowa-Illinois border. That is near the Davenport area. I know we do have some viewers in Davenport, so look out there. Again, this velocity scan is coming in quite a bit late. We've already got another reflectivity scan before we got the velocity update. That's kind of weird. Huh. And there we go. Okay, good news. This has likely lifted. This is likely lifted. Still do have some debris in the atmosphere. You need to stay in shelter. It could drop back down. But we're hoping that this tornado has lifted, and it is looking like that is a good possibility. So, we kind of talked about last stream how whenever there's not a tornado, you know, obviously I'm going to have to break away from the stream at some point. I can't be live for like 6 hours straight. And whenever there's not a tornado, those are going to be the times to do that today because there are so many tornadoes, and I want to try to cover all of them. So whenever there's not one, pretty much immediately after one of them lifts, and we don't have any others ongoing, I have to hop off stream. I would like to watch this on stream here, but like I said, I can't be live this whole time. We've been live for about half an hour covering this tornado here. This was a long-tracking, strong tornado that went through southeastern Iowa and northeastern Missouri. So I do want to thank you all for tuning into this stream. It has been eventful. We're not done. I will likely be live again. If there's another tornado on the ground, I will be live again. If you're under a tornado warning, seek shelter now. We have several severe thunderstorm warnings. Once again, this one actually has 70-mile-per-hour winds associated with it. Storm Chaser's videos on this massive storm is awesome. A lot of debris. Some chasers stop at home damage to check if all are okay. Those guys are amazing. Yes, the Storm Chasers are risking their lives to give us a view of the tornado, which is one of the bravest things you can possibly do. So thank you so much to those people. But yeah, anyway, that is going to be it for this stream here. Yeah, this tornado has definitely lifted, but I do want to emphasize you need to stay in shelter in case it does drop back down. It looks like there's still quite a bit of debris in the atmosphere that's going to go right over Roscoe, unfortunately. So, anyway, thank you all for watching this live stream. Very eventful. I will see you guys next time. Peace.